Hey everyone, welcome to Hollywood PopCast, the show that can sniff out a spy faster than Jackson Lamb can sniff out a cigarette.
You're supposed to be cutting those out. They're killing you.
That's why I smoke 'em.
Today we're diving headfirst into the gloriously grimy, darkly funny world of Slow Horses Season 5, which is Apple TV Plus's spy series that proves MI5 isn't all sleek suits and shaken martinis.
Yeah, more like crumpled trench coats and questionable smells.
Sorry about that.
About what?
Oh my god. Oh,
Wait, that's bad.
no.
I really think you should see a doctor.
Oh, I think you gave me lung cancer.
Was that a fart?
Yeah, mostly.
That's Producer Keven, already primed to bleep out whatever Jackson Lamb might blurt out if he wandered in here. I'm Josh, and this is Hollywood PopCast, or as we'd like to call it, Where the do I know that actor from? Based on Mick Herron's Slough House novels, Slow Horses follows a ragtag group of MI5 agents banished for their career-ending mistakes. Can't tell you how many times that's happened to me. So who are these misfits, and where might you have seen these fabulous actors playing them before? Well, let's start with the king of the dumpster fire, Gary Oldman, as Jackson Lamb, the foul-mouthed, unkempt, insult-slinging boss of Slough House.
You're f***ing useless. The lot of you. Working with you has been the lowest point in a disappointing career. Right. Cartwright, you're with me.
Who deep down actually gives a damn. Of course you know him as Sirius Black in Harry Potter, as Commissioner Gordon in The Dark Knight trilogy, the corrupt DEA agent in The Professional from 1994, the flamboyant villain Zorg in The Fifth Element, and Count Dracula in Bram Stoker's Dracula from 1992.
I have crossed oceans of time to find you.
Oldman says he loves Lamb because he's, quote, openly hostile, but with a very strong moral sense, end quote. He calls the role delicious.
Translation, he gets paid to wear yesterday's clothes and yell at people. Hey, that's my dream job.
Ha, well, sounds like you already have your dream job, Producer Keven. I can hear you from way over here, and just like Jackson Lamb, smell you from way over here. Hey, but before we get to the other rejects, just kidding, man. Please don't reject us and give us a like, comment, and share. We love when you share. Share. Kristin Scott Thomas as Diana Taverner, MI5's icy strategic number 2, who always has a plan and a backup plan to stab you with. You probably know her because of her roles in The English Patient, small little film there, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, another small film there. Only God Forgives, a strange neon-drenched revenge film from Nicholas Winding Refn, and Gosford Park from 2001. Here's a fun fact, she and Oldman have worked together before. She was his Clementine to his Churchill in Darkest Hour.
Yeah, from loving wife to workplace nemesis, that's what I call a love-hate relationship.
Just like us, love-hate. I love him, he hates me. What are you gonna do? Jack Lowden plays River Cartwright, the golden boy turned Slough House exile, competent, idealistic, and constantly baffled by his coworkers. Now you might recognize him as Nikolai Rostov in War and Peace, starring alongside Paul Dano. This was his breakout role that would lead to a fighter pilot role in Dunkirk. You might know him from the morally torn lead in Caliber, as Zack Knight in Fighting with My Family, and portraying Morrissey in England Is Mine. Off-screen, he's married to Oscar-nominated actress Saoirse Ronan, making them a serious British-Irish acting power couple.
You'll be my queen?
Yes.
And I your king?
Yes.
And your master?
My husband.
Saskia Reeves plays Katherine Standish, Slough House's calm, organized heart. The one person who can stare down Lamb without blinking. She's been acting for decades, with a breakout role opposite Alan Rickman and Clive Owen in Stephen Polyakoff's Close My Eyes. She played Mrs. Cratchit in the Patrick Stewart A Christmas Carol, and embodied Lady Jessica in the Sci-Fi Channel miniseries Frank Herbert's Dune. That was from 2000. Her dad, Peter Reeves, was an actor, singer, and lyricist, So the stage is literally the family business. More recently, she appeared alongside Ronan, Jack Lowden's wife, in The Outrun. But you might also know her from Luther in Shetland. Rosalind Eleazar plays Louisa Guy, the quietly fierce field agent at Slough House, whose sharp intelligence stands in sharp contrast to everyone else's hot mess.
Were you here when she came in?
No, that's not my fault.
You might recognize Rosalind as Agnes in The Personal History of David Copperfield from 2019, or from roles in Harlots, Howard's End, in Relic. After studying Mandarin and Spanish at Nottingham and living briefly in Ghana, Rosalind trained at Lambda and emerged a stage standout, winning the Clarence Derwent Award for her performance in Uncle Vanya. She's been called one of the industry's rising stars and praised for her layered, emotionally resonant performance in Missing You. And that's of course why we're featuring her on this show about rising stars. As for her character on Slow Horses, she says she absolutely loves it because her characters are competent, but just objectionable. People, you don't really want to invite out to dinner or anywhere else really, which totally fits the Slough House's vibe.
But she's totally the kind of person you'd trust with your secrets, if they weren't so dumb.
You have some dumb secrets, Producer Keven, like what?
If you promise not to laugh.
Sure, yeah, I promise not to laugh.
Okay. I see dead people.
You see ghosts, like in real life? You see ghosts?
No, like on TV or in movies, especially ones about ghosts. And thanks for not laughing.
I'm not laughing because that was so dumb. Moving on. Christopher Chung plays Roddy Ho, Slough House's resident IT genius, cocky, arrogant, and just waiting for someone to compliment him on his own brilliance. Kind of like someone else I know.
I'm mythical, historical, and futuristical. Roddy Ho is merely the latest incarnation of my most potent energy. I cannot be created or destroyed. So Isaac Newton, motherfuckers. The only difference between him and me is I don't believe in laws. I am the law.
Born in Australia to an Irish mother and Malaysian Chinese father, he trained in New York before moving to London in 2012. His career was kind of on a slow burn, some TV spots, and he lent his voice to some video games, he even did a stint in musical theater, and then Slow Horses came along and changed everything for him. You might have spotted him in Waterloo Road or in Blitz from 2024, but it's Roddy Ho that's made him one of today's freshest breakout talents. He's even worked with the show's creative team to reshape Roddy from a stock hacker stereotype into something funnier, more abrasive, and dare we say it, more human. The result? A BAFTA nomination for Best Supporting Actor and a fan favorite character you love to hate. Chung admits he modeled Roddy on the overconfident office techies he's met in real life, and yeah, that seems pretty real, I'd say.
So basically he's the guy in IT who gives you the "you're stupid, stupid" vibe, but you still somehow feel bad for the guy.
Exactly. Aimee-Ffion Edwards plays Shirley Dander, Slough House's combustible wild card. Fierce, unpredictable, and totally unfiltered. Now you might know her as Sketch in Skiz from 2008, as Esme Shelby, great role, in Peaky Blinders, or from acclaimed dramas like Luther, where she shares a cast connection with Saskia Reeves. She also starred in Queen and Country from 2014. She is fluent in Welsh and is a former youth rugby player. She was the only girl on the boys team until she was 14. Girl power. So yeah, despite her pint-sized stature, she could take you. She's built a strong stage career and even lent her voice to video games like Elden Ring.
I am the witch Renna. I'd heard tell of a tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk I surmise is of thee.
It's Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
I'm called Mio. I'm an officer in Colony Gamma's musical unit. I can do the 100 metri in 7 seconds. Pretty quick on my toes, I guess. You go, girl.
From firecracker to loyal team player, her character has become a fan favorite. Ruth Bradley plays Emma Flight, MI5's tough as nails head dog, by the book, armed to the teeth, and completely unimpressed by Slough House's chaos.
People think they had to send a bunch of men to do a woman's job. Yeah, cuffs won't be necessary, come on.
I'd rather not take any chances with a man who looks like he gropes people on buses.
You're being hurtful about my appearance. I might have to call HR.
You might know her from the Irish crime drama Love Hate, from The Fall, Humans, The Gold, alongside Slow Horses co-star Jack Lowden, Apple TV Plus's Ted Lasso,
She just did.
Unnervingly accurate charcoal sketches of breasts, yes. There were more, but some of the boys stole them and I think are using them as currency.
Bloody hell.
and the sci-fi comedy Grabbers, which won her an IFTA.
Ruth Bradley, Grabbers.
What's that?
Hey, bucko, where are you going? This party's for your benefit, and all you're gonna be there.
Her mother, Charlotte Bradley, and sister Roisin Murphy are both actors as well. She even got her start as a teenager, voicing the Pink Power Ranger in the Irish language dub.
Did the voice of the Pink Power Ranger?
I did.
Oscar-winner T.G. Carr.
I did,
One
yeah.
of the first gigs.
Yes, I used to say Turbo Power Nish, and that was my first paying job.
That's a long way from that.
Here I am, there we go.
Wow.
Bradley says stepping onto Slow Horses opposite Gary Oldman was surreal. Playing scenes with someone she's idolized felt like she'd won the acting lottery. She trained in boxing and weights so she looked like someone who could actually take someone down. Off screen, she's writing women-centered stories for her daughters, proving that she's just as fearless behind the camera as she is in front of it.
Go, go, Turbo Power Bradley!
Go, go, Power Rangers! Tom Brooke plays J.K. Coe, Slough House's quietest operative, the hoodie-wearing, piano-playing mystery man who looks like he'd rather be anywhere else, but can drop someone with one move. You might know him as Fiore in Preacher, Bill Wiggins in Sherlock, Michael Fagan in The Crown, or as Lothar Frey in Game of Thrones.
At this point, I think if you're a British actor, being on Game of Thrones was a sort of rite of passage.
That's right. He also popped up in films like Empire of Light and The Death of Stalin from 2017. Acting is in his blood. His dad, Paul Brooke, played the Rancor Keeper in a little film known as Return of the Jedi.
Poor guy, lost his best friend that day.
On Slow Horses, Brooke nails that electric carving knife moment in season 4.
Do you want to know why I'm going to free him?
I want to know why you're holding a knife to my throat.
Well, before I was assigned here, I was handcuffed against my will and tied to a chair for 72 hours. So I find him being cuffed triggering.
Okay, got it.
Pure Coe. Showrunner Will Smith said, "It was so much with so little." He admits he was nervous meeting Gary Oldman until Oldman gave him a hug, made him lunch, and whispered, "Welcome to Slow Horses." Brooke says he'll never forget it. Jonathan Pryce as David Cartwright, Slough House's heavyweight, the retired spy who's seen it all and isn't shy about reminding you, if only he weren't losing his memory. For those who are unfamiliar, you've likely seen this veteran actor as the anguished inventor in Brazil, James Lincoln, Glengarry Glen Ross, fiery Juan Perón in Evita, ruthless Baron Carver in Tomorrow Never Dies, and the likable Governor Swan in the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. Or is it Caribbean? Caribbean. He also's got the hardware to match 2 Tony Awards, 2 Olivier Awards, a Cannes Best Actor win, an Oscar nomination for The Two Popes, and a knighthood in 2021. And finally, new to season 5 is Nick Mohammed as Zafar Jaffrey, the mayor of London, a political operator with big ambitions and even bigger charisma. Do you know this face? He's Nate from Ted Lasso, the meandering coach turned antagonist audiences love to hate, earning him 2 Emmy nods for Outstanding Supporting Actor. He wrote and starred in the Sky One comedy Intelligence, popped up as Major Glynn in The Martian, lent his voice to Christopher Robin as Piglet.
Piglet, it's just me, Christopher Robin.
Don't move. Don't move, Eel. Maybe it won't eat us.
Oh, Piglet. Would a heffalump offer you a haycorn?
It would if it was trying to trick me. Oh.
Here's a fun fact. Before all this, Nick studied geophysics at Durham and even began a PhD at Cambridge before comedy stole him away. Comedy will do that to people, folks. Well, that's your Slow Horses Intel, part spy thriller, part workplace comedy, and all-around brilliant ensemble. Watch it for the intrigue, stay for the insults. Thanks for watching Hollywood PopCast. Like, subscribe, and let us know who's your favorite Slough House misfit. Who's yours, Kevin?
Jackson Lamb.
Jackson. We'll see you next time. Rancor Keeper in Return of the Jedi.
You ever heard of the movie, a little movie called
No.
Return of the Jedi?
I'm going to use that, though.